Hi, I'm Ebon.
And I'm William.
And welcome to another episode of the Thick and Thin Podcast.
And welcome to another episode. We are here.
We are bright and early.
Just waking up, drinking our coffee. So if you're watching this live, quote unquote live, as it premieres,
Drink your coffee
drink
with
your
us.
coffee with us. Yeah. We're going to talk some shit.
As always.
Anything you want to share
Here we go.
before we get into topics? Because we have a few. But
Anything I want
Open
to
the floor.
share? No.
opening the floor.
No.
You got nothing?
No.
All right.
You?
I'm a hat person now.
Oh, yes, you are.
Yeah, I bought my first hat. My first hat. I should get a pin that says "My first hat."
First hat. Aw.
I haven't worn a hat regularly since high school baseball.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I just never, like, I worked at a baseball stadium in college, and as an intern, or like later on in college. But I was a mascot when I was an intern, so I didn't need a hat per se to like walk around in. And then at the earlier ones, like I got a hat, but I don't know, I just don't like wearing them. I always felt like I looked like a douche, like a white douche, because we're so prevalent nowadays.
Oh, my gosh.
You know?
But all the white douches don't be wearing hats.
Yeah, they do. The majority of them do.
I'm going to start clocking
Oh,
and see if they have the douchebaggery starter kit, apparently.
clock away. I assure you, it's like hat, like sunglasses, like Oakley style, like sport sunglasses, even though they're clearly not athletic. And then like graphic USA tee, probably.
Oh, well, if I saw that, I would assume
Yeah.
that.
But
Okay.
even if it's like, to me, if I see white dude with a hat of a sports team that's not of the location they're in, and of they're like wearing a shirt like the same, it's like douche.
Well, not in the city that they're in. Doesn't that just make them not a fair weather fan?
It depends.
So if you pulled up in California, someone that was wearing a Detroit Lions hat and shirt, you're gonna think they're a douche?
Likely, I'm thinking
Really?
they're likely a douche.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What about hats make one a douche? Like what about hats? What about douchebag guys are attracted to hats?
I think they see it as like it's cool because like the athletes do it. Like it's like the you know what I mean? And it probably covers their shitty hairlines that they're that if they showed off would make them seem not as masculine.
Interesting.
So they cover it up.
Okay.
I think I want to take back what I said about having people in other cities' teams. That isn't. I take that back.
Yeah, because I'm like, that just means they're a hardcore fan.
But it also depends on the team. Like if I saw a white dude in like Dodgers stuff, I'm like,
Why?
because that's not their team. That's not.
How do you know?
Because I know.
So a Hispanic person with Dodgers, they're all right?
Acceptable. Yeah, that's
interesting.
normal.
So a white guy with Angels.
Normal white dude, probably still a douche, but because it's Orange County. Do you get what I'm saying? There are factors. It's not just cut and dry.
Okay.
It's not black and white.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, if you're from Orange County or a white dude from Orange County, you're probably a douchebag.
Damn.
You know?
All right.
I mean,
I can't say that I know a lot of white dudes from Orange County to weigh in.
yeah, because they're too much of douchebags to even interact with us.
I guess.
They're like, we're too good for those people in Victorville.
Well, I don't know. I'll take that back. I do know one. And
See? 1 for 1.
I take that back. I just realized I do know one.
1 for 1.
So are you going to talk about what prompted you to reconsider wearing hats?
Is there a reason? Did I tell?
I mean,
the sun?
Yeah, I was gonna say it came after a day at work, and you're like, I think I got burnt.
But I didn't.
Through no preventative measures of your own.
So it's called exposure. That's the preventative measure.
Okay.
It's called acclimation and tanning.
Okay.
I wish I got tan.
I mean, based on the back of your neck, no, you don't get tan. You just get red.
I do. I mean, they're like my arms are definitely lighter or darker down here than they are like in my chest. I mean,
well, yeah,
paper white. So I definitely do, but it's like an overtime thing. It's not like, oh, it's a nice day, I'm gonna go out and tan. No, that's not gonna happen.
I feel like the reason, you can correct me if I'm wrong, the reason why your arms look the way they do is because it gets like a bunch of micro doses of sun, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Whereas like, the back of your neck, when it gets like that, that's you've been outside for hours.
And it's like this part has gotten burned like over and over again. I think it's like,
oh really?
Yeah, I think it's just like, when you're cooking and you like maybe like some left stuff gets left over in the pan and then it just like chars, and then when you go to clean it off, it's I can't get this off. That's what this is. It's the skin version of that.
I just assume that's just, like your driving arm, being the window, whatever.
I mean, my arms are pretty similar.
No,
I think
usually my left arm is darker than my right, but because of driving.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, it was sunny, and so I just like rolled through the lids, and there was a black woman working there, and I was like, hey, I need your help because I want to make sure I don't look like a douchebag, and my girlfriend's not with me, so I need your help. And she was very informative. She just showed me all the different kinds of hats. I didn't know that there were different styles that they made. That was like,
I didn't either. You told me
there was like the normal, like the baseball, like what they wear on the field one, which was what I ended up getting. I think they call it the 5950. And then there's like an A-frame one that's like lower, and then it's like flappy in the back. And yeah, there's like,
flappy in the back.
Yeah, where it's like not like, how the one that I have is just like if I hold it, it's just like it's stiff, right?
In the back?
Yeah, it's not gonna like fall down because of gravity,
okay.
Like these ones it's like cloth, and it just like
collapses.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, so I went with the navy Tiger's hat with the orange D because it's cool.
Yep. Goes with the majority of your clothes.
Yep, and what I really like on the MLB logo, like on all the like game hats, they put the MLB logo on the back, and it's like the team colors. It's not like the MLB logo colors, so it's navy blue and orange.
Oh, that's cool.
Instead of blue and red.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah. So it's really cool.
Nice.
Yeah. So now, every time I see a logo that I like, I'm like, I want that hat. I want a hat in that because I have the most addictive personality in the world, apparently.
It's fine. There are worse things to be addicted to.
I know. I've just figured out things that won't completely ruin my life to be addicted to.
That's a good plan.
I guess. As long as I have the right people around me, because there are some people that would argue that WoW ruins lives. So,
as in the video game?
Yeah.
How does that ruin lives?
It's time, and just because that's like all people do.
I mean, if you're doing it like, I'm not going to work today because I'm just going to do this. Yeah, that's a little over the line. But
yeah, but at the same time, if I was like, hey, we can't go out on a date today because I have to, and that was consistent. Yeah, that's what
that
I'm
would
saying.
be a problem.
That's what I'm saying. So, I'm a self-aware addict.
Good.
That's good, right?
That's the best kind.
I guess.
Also, can both be true?
What?
Because I feel like a quality of being an addict means you're not self-aware, you're in denial.
Maybe that you have a
because I
point.
feel like the common rebuttals when an addict is accused of being an addict. No, I could stop anytime I want, and it's not that bad. And it's like there seems to be a lack of self-awareness. Is my point.
Yeah, I get. That's why I say I have an addictive personality.
Yeah.
Because like I feel it like internally. I feel like with the hats, I got one, and then it was just like.
You got juiced up.
Yeah, I was just like, "Ooh, that would be a good." And then it's all like it's all internal, and it's just like I just want to do it again, and it's I don't know, I just yeah, it's weird, and I have to like suppress it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm trying to separate like. Does everybody with the right thing have an addictive personality? Like if it's the right niche, or I feel like that could be anybody though.
Yeah, but it seems like with me, it's like whatever I just like happen to. It's like a hat. It's like I practically needed a hat, so I got one, and then it was just like I want more. So it's just like I don't even know where it's gonna come from. You know what I mean? It's weird.
We'll see where you are in the next couple of months, how many hats you've acquired.
Well, I'm not making enough money right now to buy a lot of hats.
Yeah, them hats are expensive.
Yeah, it was what I expected, but it was more than I would prefer to pay for a hat.
That's fair.
Like I could have bought a pair of jeans or something, or like a jacket maybe. Like so. But I don't have a Tigers hat, and that seems blasphemous.
Yeah, consider you have something Tigers, everything else. Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right.
I don't know. That's why I'm afraid to like start getting jewelry, like we were talking about, like getting me a chain, because I feel like I'll just be like, oh, now I want like a silver one, and I want like a different, I just want like different colors and different sizes and then different emblems.
I guarantee you, the cost of good quality jewelry will stop you from that.
Who says I need good quality jewelry?
Be like, William, why do you have a green ring around your neck?
So I could look cool, man.
I forgot to take it off in the shower, or I sweated too much, and
that's gonna be the problem for me for sure. I'd sweat too much. I just gotta try it out. I just need something like cheap so that that's why like when I first started watches, I got like not like a cheap one, or like I got gifted one, and I was like, oh, perfect. Like I can try wearing, see if
without a hefty investment.
Yes, and like because I was like, oh, I want an Apple Watch, but I've never worn watches, and I'm not about to spend all that money if I don't
know you like it.
And it was the same reasoning as like the hat. It was like, I don't want to look like a douche, which I don't know why a watch would, but that's just my internal like thought is like, why do you need a watch, dude? Like, you think your time is so important?
Oh my god. The only time I think I get douche vibes from a dude wearing a watch is when they're wearing a very blingy watch, and then it's just like jeans and a t-shirt, and
where it's like the only thing that stands out.
Yeah, and it's like,
in their defense, when I used to work at the Improv and I'd be like checking IDs, if someone would like show me their ID with a nice watch on, I'd be like, ooh, nice watch, dude. Like I would tell them outright, like, that's a nice watch.
And also, I don't know, to me there is a line of too blingy a watch for a guy. Like when I think of like the blingiest that I think is like not garish or gaudy, it's like, okay, that should be worn with a suit. Like,
okay.
Otherwise, everything else should be downgraded according to your outfit. Agreed. So when I see something garishly blingy and you're just got on jeans, t-shirt, and some Nikes, I'm like,
oh, that's probably the only watch you could afford, loser.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. To me, I don't like that look.
I thought you were gonna say when like a normal ass person has an Apple Watch Ultra.
That too.
It's like it's like someone working at the grocery store that's 350
There is literally somebody
pounds.
that's working at the grocery store down the street.
I know exactly who you're talking about. He's a big dude too. You ain't hiking no mountains.
And I'm like, bro, what are you doing that you need this watch?
Just sinking.
Because I don't know if you watched we're so getting off tangent, but
who cares?
the launch of the first Ultra, and it was like, oh, if you're hiking and like the extreme
conditions,
sports,
which like if you're like mountain like with pickaxes and climbing shit,
and because of the price point, I'm just funny. Like, okay, so those are for extreme, kayaking or whatever the hell. So when that guy at Stater Brothers in particular, I'm like, look, I looked at his watch and I was like, what you doing? Because no judgment, but you don't look like you doing anything extreme but eating.
Yeah. I do wonder, like, what is the justification? Because those are like
$700,
like $800, twice as much.
Yeah,
like it's double. Yeah. So it's like you could get two. You get one for you and one for your other arm.
Yeah,
like,
for real. You can get them in multiple colors. And it's just like, what about, other than it's just being bigger, like a bigger thing?
Yeah.
It's like,
and
why do regular people want them?
I think that's a big thing for a lot of people is like the size. Like they see how big it is, and like that's like the cool thing. You know what I mean? Or like that's what's. But
the bigger size of the normal one, which is what you have on your arm. Yeah. On your arm, it looks nice. It's a nice proportionate size.
I would like them to come out with a circle one.
Then go to Samsung.
No, I want the Apple stuff still.
They're never going to do that.
Well, I just want the option. That's all I'm saying.
Because the flack that they would get if they came out with round, they're going to be like, you're just copying Samsung. They're never going to do that.
Make it oval shaped. I don't know. It just seems, it's just not watch-like. And but when you see it, it's like obviously an Apple Watch.
Yeah. And like there are Fitbit, I think it's a Fitbit that tries,
that's true,
that kind of looks knockoff-ish Apple. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. I think the square is now Apple's trademark as far as smartwatches.
Yeah. It is what it is.
Yeah. It's funny how we were trashing the guy at Stater Brothers.
Well, I mean, it's just like, what do you need that for?
Yeah. And, the first time I saw him with it, I had to really bite my tongue because I almost wanted to be like, so how you liking the Ultra? Yeah. Like, what you doing?
I would love to see what kind of car he drives.
I would guess he probably drives a big SUV.
Oh, see, I'm thinking like old beat up Honda Civic that when he sits in it, it goes and it like then tilts and it drives home like this.
Well, I mean, just given his age or what I assume his age is, I don't think he drives a Honda Civic. Nor that would be comfortable for him. I imagine him to be a.
I think that's a non-issue. That's not a It's just like. I'm trying not to be mean, but if you work at a Stater Brothers, you're not making a ton of money. That's just
grocery store workers make more than minimum wage.
That's still not a lot.
I know,
of money.
but it's not like base, and he's been there a while.
An Apple Watch is probably like a week's worth of work.
That Apple Watch, probably.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Ultra, that's what I'm saying. Like $700, $800, like.
Next time I go in there, I have to look at his position and see if he's like a manager or something. But.
Even still, it's like I don't think.
Yeah, I would bet he drives a big SUV, like a.
I hope so.
Like a Honda Pilot or something.
Well, we're gonna go on a stakeout tonight. We're gonna go
with the goggles and be like,
yep,
or binoculars, not goggles.
That's
binoculars.
Exactly what we're
gonna do. Oh, but yeah.
Be on the lookout.
That's funny though that we thought the same thing about the same guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I think you pointed it out to me.
Oh, did I? Okay,
yeah, I think remember.
So. Okay.
And then I noticed it on other people. Yeah, it's interesting. And even like super like nice expensive watches, it's like, man, like, what if you just like bump into something and it cracks, or just I don't know. It just seems like, of course,
to be fair.
That's the thing with this,
to be fair, back when I was wearing normal watches. Watch crystals are pretty sturdy. I want to say I started wearing a watch and it was like a Timex or something. I don't know, maybe I was like 6th grade. I mean, that's just your sturdy basic watch in like 6th grade. And I'm sure just because I'm a child, I'm sure it took a beating and I don't think I ever cracked a crystal.
Yeah. I always find it interesting when you see like the top brand watches, like the OG ones, like Rolex or whatever.
Tag Heuer,
yeah. And you look at them and you're like, why? Why is this $5,000? Like that is the most basic ass watch I've ever seen in my life. Like even just like looking at it, I wouldn't be able to tell that it's a Rolex. So like, what's the point of spending the money if it doesn't? Flex. But it's not if people can't tell that it's a Rolex. If it's just a normal, like,
True.
all black watch and maybe it says Rolex at the top of the thing, it's like...
I mean, but the
the
no
only person
watch is
that
going
knows
to have
is you.
You'd be surprised. I mean, because for me, at the end of the day, excluding Apple watches, if I just wanted a nice watch, to me, it's like when I think of like a basic or just a normal nice watch versus something like a Tag Heuer or Rolex, I'm like, what does your Rolex / Tag Heuer watch do that my little Timex does? It just tells you the time. That's literally like... It doesn't do anything more.
Isn't there something about Rolexes that they are like extra precise? Isn't there something weird with them? I don't know.
I've never rolled in a circle of somebody that had a Rolex.
I mean, I would like a Rolex someday. I think that would be cool. It would be cool to have one. But I don't know that I would ever wear it.
You'd be too, like... I'd either be too scared somebody's going to rob me for it, or I'm going to harm it. And it's just like, why am I going to pay that kind of money for stress to just know the time?
The places that I would want to wear it would be like when we go to the theater to see like a play, or like, out somewhere nice. But at the same time, it's like, well, I don't want to walk in downtown Los Angeles with $5,000 on my wrist.
Right.
That's fucking dumb too.
Right.
So just take a picture of it, put it on your Instagram, and then put it in a safe. Like, it's an investment almost. It's like something you hand down to your kid and be like, this is valuable as shit.
Do they gain in value?
They have
increase
to.
In value?
They have to. They have to.
So it's like up there with real estate?
I don't know. That's actually a good question. Like, how does a Rolex appreciate? I would be curious to see.
I mean,
like
I assume it's...
vintage Rolex, I wonder what they cost.
I assume it's made out of, like gold or like some kind of precious metal or something too, which...
I don't know.
Gold
on the outside. I don't know what's on the inside. It's probably just fucking stainless steel.
Again, what does it do that your regular watch doesn't, other than just look nice?
Yeah, and if it's a matter of like, our people put each part in by hand, it's like, I don't want to pay for that. Fucking have a machine do it so I can pay $2,000 less. Are you fucking kidding me, dude?
At the end of the day, is it going to tell me it's 9:35 right now?
Yeah.
So.
And it can't do as much as my Apple Watch does.
Yeah,
it's not going to tell me my breath rate.
Exactly. It's not going to tell me my pulse. It's not going to tell me how many steps I took, how much walking I did today. Yeah, so, It's weird, though, that just in general, like, we all have things where... We all have something where we're like... Oh, you want the top of the brand this and other things. It's just like, it's just a watch. Like
that's true. I mean, I guess like what for us is like that thing
that I would pay more
for the phone, right?
Depending on what the features are that separate it from the base model phone. Yeah, potentially a phone. What else?
I think like the last thing of highest quality that as I'm like looking around at my shit, like that that game controller that I got. I spent a good amount of money on that. That is like a high end game controller. But at the same time, I like when I use it, I'm like, this is nice and everything, but I probably could have been fine with like half of buying one with half of the price or whatever. Like it probably would have been fine. I mean, I like it. I love it. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. But it's just so unnecessary. Like in hindsight, I don't regret it at all. I don't have like buyer's remorse or anything. But in hindsight, it's like, I could have spent $100 less and like probably been just as satisfied at the end of the day.
I think for me, the last purchase where I skipped the base model was probably my MacBook because I wanted more ports, so I got the Pro.
Right.
I didn't want to have.
But you got it refurbished one.
I did.
So it's like
that balanced out. But my first MacBook that I got 11 years ago, I also went for the Pro because I was like, I don't want 65 dongles hanging out of my 2 ports. I want holes.
Dongles.
So yeah, I mean, I guess like I said,
Dongles.
there are things where it's like, okay, I'll pay for a better model, but other than that, it's just like
even like cars where like I don't need all the bells and whistles.
Yeah.
I just want MPGs, dude.
Exactly. Well, when I last bought a car, there were like 3 tiers of a model, and the 2 tiers had less MPGs because there's more stuff to weigh it down. I was like, give me the base one. Let me roll with that 55 MPGs on this light car.
It's just so dumb. It's like, why would I pay more money to not
ultimately
save
spend more
as much?
money?
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
what, because I have solar panels on my car? It's like, who gives a shit?
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, we all have them things where it's like, okay, I'll pay more money for this feature or whatever.
Right.
Other things, it's just like, eh.
I think for us, since we're like in the digital age, we're more likely to pay top dollar for like a digital subscription or like something. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
get rid of the ads kind of thing. Or
Even though we don't currently.
But we should, because every
Yeah.
time they come up, we go, what the fuck is this? And by the way, Amazon, if your ad pauses in the middle of it and is loading, given the loading thing, and then I back out and go back into the thing we were watching, don't double the ad time, you asshole, because your shit didn't load. Oh my God, that was crazy. It was insane. We were watching Life Stinks last night, Mel Brooks' picture, and maybe 30 minutes in, first ad pops up. It's like, this program is brought to you, it's like by limited interruptions. And first of all, why the fuck are you telling me? Just go to the ad. Just go to the ad. You don't need to tell me that you're interrupting. I can tell that you're interrupting my show. So they pull up the thing, and there's like the ad, and we're like, okay, it's a minute and a half, fine. We just sit through it, whatever, we talk. And then the thing, it stopped. It was like buffering, and we were sitting there like, okay. I couldn't like pause and restart. I was like, all right. So I backed out, went back in. It showed the last few seconds of the scene we were watching, cut back to the ad, as we expected. We expected that to happen.
Yeah.
But then we got double the amount of time. Probably because they were like, oh, they tried to skip it, so we're gonna give them more. That's what they're thinking,
for sure.
And it's like, your shit didn't work. That's not our fault.
True.
Oh, that made me so mad. Now they're probably getting a bunch of extra money just from that extra minute and a half.
Yep. Yep.
So annoying. It's so annoying.
I could probably handle ads on streaming services better if they put the ad, like, it almost was archaic to say, back in the cable days, like a scene change or, then they, have an ad. Like, I hate that now they don't strategically place the ad as scene change. It's like, it'll be in the middle of a sentence and then the ad pops up and it's like, seriously?
Yeah.
We've advanced so much technologically speaking, and y'all can't place the ad in the right place? And
completely irrelevant ads. Mm-hmm. I mean, and most of them are just AI ads now, which is like, what are you advertising?
Yeah.
And that's the thing too. A lot of the advertisements, you're like, I don't even know what they're trying to sell me right now. Like, it's so ambiguous that it's like, well, I guess I have to go look up what Gemini X4 is. It's like, oh, it's an AI thing for your fucking business model, real estate shit. It's like, why the fuck was I getting that? It just makes no sense.
Well, also something that back in the cable days got right. They showed, they did enough research to where they knew the kind of audience that likely was watching this show and showed ads accordingly. Your Saturday morning cartoons, what kind of ads did you get? For new toys. For Barbies, for Legos. Yep. It's like, they know kids are likely
Super
watching.
Soakers.
Yeah. On Soul Train, they was going to show you black hair care products, Sprite with black people commercial. It's like, again, all this data that I'm sure is being collected on us now. I'm like, if they could do that then, y'all definitely can do it now. Yeah. Read the room.
Data that's being collected and sold for a fact. Yeah. We know that's what's happening, and you still can't get it right. It's like, come on, man.
So that's what pisses me off about ads.
Meanwhile, the shopping ads online are spot on. So whatever they're doing with that, they need to transfer.
Yeah, exactly. Over. Exactly.
Because I see shit all the time where I'm like, ooh, I do want that.
I always get low-key insulted and freaked out because it's like, I see, like the Amazon in particular. You could just be browsing, not even added anything in your cart. And then they will send you an email like, hey, we saw you was looking at this. Yep. How about all this? And I was like, well, damn, why do you know my life like this?
Yeah, they're good, man. They're good. To a point, apparently. I don't know. But again, that's Amazon. So it's like, what is different in the Prime Video aspect versus I don't know. It's just
weird. Yeah.
Anywho.
We've just been Ranties McGee this morning.
Yeah, well, here we are. This is what it's for,
Yep.
All right. First topic is what should I say? How should I? A couple who is getting married, with, I assume, their invitations to their wedding, sent out a list of 15 rules
Are they able to see it?
They will be now.
Okay.
So this is the list of rules that this couple put out, and it's going viral. Well, it went viral because they're stupid. So let's just start at the top. Number one, this is blanks and blanks. We don't know their name, but whatever. Yeah. Doesn't matter. Blank and blanks, big day, not yours.
Duh.
Not a rule. That's a statement.
Yeah. But an obvious one, like stating the obvious. Okay.
Right? 2, do not get in the photographer's way.
Also stating the obvious.
Well, I have never been at a wedding or an event and been like, oh, I have to watch out for that's their job to find the angle.
True, but I mean, I feel like if you see a photographer taking a shot, don't walk in the middle of it like a professional. Like, you know what I mean?
I don't think that's what they mean by this. I think they mean I don't know. But it's, again, this is the photographer's problem.
For sure.
It's
most professional ones, you don't even realize they're there.
Exactly. So, that's what I'm trying to say, is that like they know how to get out of the way or be perfectly in the way. You know, they know if you got a good photographer anyway.
Yeah.
So that's just like, don't get in the photographer's way. It's like, okay, like, what do you like? If he's walking, I have to like get out. It's like, yeah, he's just a person. Fuck you. 3, the attire is black and or gold, not red, blue, green, and definitely no white.
The no white is again stating the obvious, but also, isn't color wearing restrictions usually for the wedding party, not for the guests?
Typically. I mean, usually it'll be like, there'll be like, there's the colors of the wedding, and maybe if you have something like that, that'll go with it, like, sure, like, wear that. But it's like, I'm not getting a whole new outfit for your stupid wedding.
No, yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
The white part, that's just wedding rules done 101.
For
like,
sure.
Don't wear white.
100%. But to be like, you have to wear black or gold. And they just said not red, blue, and green. And it's like, well, what about the other colors? Can I wear maroon? Can I wear purple? Can I wear pink? Like, what? It's weird that they were like, not these colors, definitely not that one. It's these, but the other ones are up in the air.
That's a weird rule to put.
Yeah, the tire is black and or gold. Stupid.
Yeah.
4, do not rearrange seats. We have a seating chart for a reason.
Again, stating the obvious.
Obvious, yes. 5, if you didn't put out any money for the wedding, keep your should've, could've, would've to yourself. Your opinion is irrelevant. They spelled irrelevant wrong. So that speaks volumes.
Yeah. Also, it's like, again, this is kind of one of those stating the obvious, but it's like, are people really out there going to the bride and groom being like, you should have done da-da-da-da? Like, does that...
Broads are. Yeah, for sure.
On their actual day? That's just rude.
Probably.
How about you just don't invite rude
stupid
people?
Yeah,
but,
that's that too. Like, if you're worried that any one person is going to break any individual or any one of these rules, you don't invite them.
Yeah.
That's the obvious thing.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a family member, maybe. But then again, you pull them aside and be
beforehand.
Like,
hey, exactly.
Don't say shit to her about what you would have done or whatever. Like, coulda, woulda to yourself. Yeah, and obviously. 6, pace yourself when drinking. Fuck you. No, fuck you.
These are grown folks.
I do what I want. I'll get drunk if I want to.
Well, I mean, the thing is like, I get probably where the mindset in writing this down comes from, but it's like a person who is not self-aware enough to know when they've had too much is not going to care about that you put this in writing. They're not going to be like, I got turned up at the last one, so chances are the people who need to hear this aren't going to care.
Yeah, agree.
You're just pissing off the people that wouldn't do it.
Pace yourself when drinking. So far to me, this seems like a Gen Z wedding. because they don't know social norms and they don't know how to fucking act.
True.
Or they probably weren't taken to weddings by their parents because they were on an iPad the whole time.
Real
so
talk.
they don't know how to act, and now they're getting to like adult age and their friends are getting married and they don't know how to like be socially acceptable
But
at a
ain't they
wedding.
got a mama auntie to be like, how do weddings go? Like, what's normal? Like,
They probably don't talk to them because they don't
stupid.
trust them and they're stupid.
Yeah.
They're like, they don't know what they're talking about because they're old. But it's like, well, you're dumb and young.
Well,
So that's kind of what I'm gathering so far from this. But let's keep going.
Yeah.
7, no big announcements or proposals. Again,
stating the
obviously
obvious. Yeah.
they spelled announcements wrong. I just noticed this too. No N. I mean, come on. If you're gonna put this up, no announcements. It's like. You can't put these rules out if you can't spell them.
Did you run this through a spell check? You didn't see no red squiggles under any of these words?
For real. That's pretty crazy. Also, that is definitely like, don't do that. But at the same time, like during the reception, it's like, it's over. Like, dude, I don't care. Like, if you want to propose to someone or like, we're pregnant, it's like, cool, our day's over. I'm drunk already.
Well,
I'm full of food. I'm dancing. I'm having a good time. It's like, who cares? It is rude, but it's like.
Well, to me, and you pointed out Gen Z don't know how to act, don't know can't read social cues or just aren't aware of that stuff. But it's like, why do you have to be told in someone else's big day to not? I mean, that was rule number 1. Like, you can't steal the limelight of somebody else's big day to make it about you.
Right.
It's like, why do you have to be told that? Like, why don't you just innately know that?
Yeah. Yeah, that is like, that does go hand in hand with rule number 1.
Yeah.
So you're just being redundant at this point. Okay. Number 8, if you can't handle or dislike the music being played, simply go home. This is a celebration, not a funeral. This happens at every wedding where you have people that don't know the music. That's because it's a wedding. There are multiple generations of people that are there. You're going to have people that are like, I don't know this song. I don't even like this music, but I'm here to support them.
Exactly.
It's
Again,
like,
why does that have to be told to somebody?
Yeah. So like, but the fact that they're like, if you can't handle or dislike the music, just go home. It's like, not just like keep it to yourself or like hang out over here or like there's an outside patio that you can like go smoke cigars at. I don't know, whatever. But to just be like, then go home is like, okay.
But also,
leave your present that you got us, but you can go home.
Also, what does can't handle music being played look like?
Maybe too loud.
Okay. Again,
like you're at a wedding reception. It's like, this is like.
But
the
again,
most obvious.
if it is too loud, which I mean, I get that would be uncomfortable. I don't need to be told or given permission to go home.
Right.
I would just go home.
Yeah. Or
again, why is this a rule? Yeah.
You can get earplugs at your local Walmart. Dude, you could leave the reception, get earplugs, come back, and nobody would know.
Yeah. But like I said, that's just a stupid. It's like you don't need to tell me or give me permission to go home if I'm uncomfortable. I'm a grown ass adult. Exactly. I will just go home.
Yep. Number 9. Oh, Jesus. This is a quote taking over for the 99 and 2000s quote type of event. So there will be twerking. This makes no sense to me whatsoever. First of all, taking over for the 99 and 2000s. What does that mean?
Yeah.
Second of all, there was no twerking in the 2000s.
No.
That's a 20-aughts thing.
Yeah.
Like that's post 2010 is twerking. So there was no twerking to fucking Backstreet Boys. Right? Like
true.
Or who was in the 2000s? Like Ludacris? There was no twerking. No. There was ass shaking. That's what it was back then. You were just shaking your ass. There wasn't no twerking. So for them to think that okay, point blank, this is a Gen Z wedding.
For sure.
Because they don't even know their decades.
But also, this is just a more specific example of number 8 and number 1. Why is this here?
Oh yeah, good point. Yes, it does go hand in hand with number 8. If you can't handle the music, so this is so and so else's day, not yours. Shut the hell up, like. So stupid. All right, moving on. Number 10. Oh my God, this is just getting.
if I got invited to a wedding and I got this list of things, misspellings and dumb redundancies and dumb moments, I'd be like, I'm just not gonna go. Not to say that I would be one of those people that would break these rules, but it's just like,
Well, y'all ain't fun.
yeah,
Yeah.
you guys are dumb. Why are you putting so
Yeah.
many fucking rules? Why do you feel the need to reiterate common sense rules?
Yeah. Number 10, use the hashtag blah, 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 whatever, when posting pics. Again, this is a super normal thing for weddings now, where they come, like my sister did it, where it was like hashtag, I think it was like Miller time or something.
Oh, that's cool.
Which it was something like that. It was something relevant to that.
But again, you could put that on. It could be a party favor on the table, like
exactly.
Again,
Yes,
why?
It's an ask.
Yeah.
It's hey, if you're gonna take a picture, please.
Yeah, we like to see 'em too,
What used to happen is there would be disposable cameras on tables. Like,
Oh, okay.
Right? Have you never had that experience? Oh, yeah. I've seen that on numerous times.
Okay.
Where they just put disposables on the table, and then like people just take pictures and they leave them, and
that's
then they
cool.
take them and get them developed,
Okay.
and it's just like a
yeah.
So, but this is like the new version
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah.
Just putting it on Instagram and stuff.
I've been to one wedding that's done this as far as the use a hashtag.
Yeah, and that, like I said, that's super common. I
Yeah.
think that's a normal thing now. It's like a photo album, like a digital photo album. That everybody can contribute to. So that, and again, like that's a thing that you just put on the table, or it's like on a chalkboard written all fancy and cool. Like it's just, yeah, this is stuff that you put elsewhere. Number 11.
This is the one rule where that would really piss me off. Of this whole list, this was the one rule I was like, okay, you doing too much.
Number 11, do not sit down all night.
You mean you invited your great aunt Bertie that got bunions and calluses, and you gonna be like, you need to get up, shut
Yeah.
the hell up.
Your grandma that's in a wheelchair, it's wheelchair bound. It's like, get your ass on the dance floor, Granny.
It's like we're adults. We know what our limits are.
Yeah.
And women, if you're wearing some heels, at some point your dog's gonna start hurting. Let me sit down for 10 minutes. Shut the hell up.
Yeah. I mean,
And again,
yeah.
who's gonna be policing? You've been sitting down for an hour and 27 minutes. Get your ass
out
up.
of here. Toss them like a
We're
umpire.
adults. We know our own bodies. Shut the hell up.
And it's like, well, I mean, I'm going to get up to go get food. Does
Yeah.
that count? Like, this is just a weird,
And if it specifically says do not sit down all night. So if all night, it comes to the all night and you realize somebody's, what can you do at that point?
yeah, what are you going to do?
They've been here already.
Also,
so
what if I don't want to dance? What if
Yeah.
I'm not a dancer?
Exactly.
But I want to support, it's like, I want to be here to celebrate.
Exactly.
This is crazy. Like,
Yeah.
Number 12, another obvious one. No outside liquor. If caught, you will be escorted out.
Duh.
No shit. Number 13, refer back to rule number 1.
you didn't refer back to rule number 1 like 4
which
times
is,
in this list already,
like,
essentially.
Why? They were
Yeah.
just like, we want it to be 15. So 14, the bride and groom said what they said, which is okay.
Duh.
And 15, turn all the way up.
These people are stupid.
Yeah, this is gone viral for the right reasons.
Well, it's like I don't know what kind of people in their life they have in their life that they felt like they needed to put this out, but I feel like this is going to piss more people on your guest list off than it is going to make ensure that your day is better.
Also, if I get this, I'm purposefully trying to break as many of these rules as I can. I'm taking a Sharpie, I'm printing this out, and I'm taking a silver Sharpie, and I'm gonna just chop off each one as I can.
I don't know.
You think I won't sit down all night?
It's just I don't know.
You think I won't bitch about the music?
It's just petty. This is just a petty list.
And that's why I would go be petty.
Yeah,
back.
yeah. I'd probably be like, your wedding gift is my response to each of these rules in an essay form. How about that?
Yeah. If you're invited to this wedding, show them our podcast.
For real. Oh, presumably they're already married, but
This is crazy. They probably won't be for very long.
I was going to say, I wish with this came a picture of the bride and groom, because
Yeah.
I need to profile them.
Yeah, I would love to be a fly on the wall in their relationship.
So, do you think the bride made this list or the groom or both?
I think it was mostly the bride.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
That's bridezilla shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Which, yeah, because as a man, you're like,
I don't care.
Whatever you want,
Yeah,
baby.
yeah.
Like, just get us through this fucking day, because
For sure. I don't know. That just sounds like you're just setting it up for all your guests to come in with irritated energy. Mm-hmm. And the irony is, by sending out this list, you're ensuring that all of these rules are gonna be broken because they're coming in with attitude already.
Oh, it's their big day, not mine, right?
Exactly.
No outside liquor.
Exactly. Oh,
yeah, that's what I would sneak in, just one of those little shots that you get at a convenience store, just to be like.
We'll see. And my petty ass would do that and then go right in front of the photographer with my drink and be like,
"Oh, my bad."
Get a picture with me and my shot that I took out my pocket.
Yeah, make sure they see it. I want them to escort me out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
crazy.
Gen Z, you need to go take a social cue interaction manners etiquette class, because y'all are dropping the ball.
I was you were saying that, I wonder if colleges will start to have stuff like that. Because they're starting to do like AI classes and like
I feel
all
like
that
if
shit.
by college you don't have a basic set of manners, you're already screwed. It's too late.
I think it's becoming more and more common, though.
How about parents?
Kids in high school have no manners whatsoever.
How about parents start being parents?
Start beating your children.
I mean,
it's the answer.
I just parents, parents of Gen Z, y'all are dropping the ball, because how do your kids get to wedding age and put out lists like this? Mm-hmm. Like, get your life together. Put your phone down and raise your damn kids. How about that?
They're just like doing what they probably bitched about their kids doing. Mm-hmm. They're just like in their phone, and they're just like, "Why are you on your iPad all the time?" And they just go back to their phone.
Exactly. Somebody slid in my DMs. I gotta reply.
Instead of like spending time with them and
teaching your kid how to act. As black folks like to say, act like you got some sense.
Yep.
So
insane in the membrane.
Insane in the brain.
No brain. All right. Speaking of having kids, we continue with our relationship. Yeah. Russia is going to start cutting their electricity and internet after 10 p.m. to boost birth rates.
Oh my God.
I mean, doesn't electricity keep people warm? They're gonna die.
They're like, we want you to snuggle up and get naked to stay warm.
Also, they wouldn't have to institute this if they weren't trying to take over a whole country and just killing all their men by...
But also, it's like... Not to say that internet, more than electricity, probably is a big factor in people not organically socially interacting, but it's like, if society is at this level to where they have to implement this, maybe you should address why instead of just implementing this rule.
Right. Because it's like, if there's so many other factors into like deciding to have a kid, so it's like, just like doing this is like, we just want you to accidentally have a kid even if you don't want it.
Yeah,
it's just basically like if you're in the dark and you have nothing else to do, you're more likely to have sex. And so like their logic is fairly sound, I guess. I
mean, there is a reason why August and September have the highest birth rates, because going back 9 months, it's cold, it's winter. I mean, I get that. And I imagine winter lasts a lot longer in Russia, but if they're not organically having kids, chances are doing this won't spike it that much.
Right. And also it's like I said, you're going to have people having kids that didn't want to have kids, so they're not going to raise them properly, or they're just going to like ignore them or neglect them.
Does cutting off the internet and electricity mean condoms aren't available? Like,
right? Like I can't pull out now?
Yeah.
You think I can't pull out in the dark, dude?
So it's like, this is kind of a weird Band-Aid on a much bigger issue.
Yeah. But I will say there's this part of the caption. It says, adding to the push, the government will even fund romantic dates to help create a baby boom. So that I would be like, we're going on a date every night. We're going out to dinner.
But again, if you have to force people to be social, there's a bigger problem there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, and then going back to like the early days of the pandemic, I mean, there was a slight upsurge in babies just because people couldn't go out and do whatever they do normally. They were forced to stay at home, but it's like, I don't know. This is weird.
That's weird because, like, again, like, you can't just not finish inside her. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, I know, like, accidents happen, but
I don't feel like cutting off the electricity and the internet is going to increase the accidents. Like, if you were the type to take precautions, you still are without internet or electricity.
But I think, I don't know, like you said, like, August, September, like, that time is a very popular time to have babies. Like, that kind of speaks volumes to just, like, how just dumb people are. And well
not necessarily dumb, because keep in mind the holidays are around there, so you're probably more in a festive mood.
Sure.
You've been drinking a lot, whatever.
More free time.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know how people are having sex, and again, like, not pulling out, or like if you're like active, like I feel like more people just like they just do, and then they don't like think. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, I don't know how other people have sex, but I'm very aware of, like, not having kids.
Well, considering the amount of unintended pregnancies that still happen, although birth rates are low, clearly dudes aren't that either are not interested in pulling out or whatever, or not aware of their bodies to know when the eruption is about to happen.
And that's my thing of, like, if you're, I don't know, that's so crazy to me that you're just, like, dumping your load and not, like, considering, I don't know, that's just crazy. Like, I know that, like, you're, like, what they call, like, the pre-cum, like, the pre-ejaculate. Like, technically that can get women pregnant, but I think it's a very low chance.
I mean, lower chance, yeah.
Very much lower chance. Like, and I'm basing this on my own experience, but it's like, I haven't had any issues.
Right. Oh, well.
I don't know.
And yet.
So, either one of us has fertility problems, or, like, it's easier to not have a kid than they want you to think.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Man, wouldn't it be great if we found out one of us had fertility problems?
Great?
Yeah.
I mean, it would be inconsequential since we're not trying to have kids, but
I just, you know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
Just unapologetically.
Oh my God.
Maybe we should go. We should get tested and be like, could we even if we wanted to? And if they're like, no.
That seems like an expensive and evasive set of skill. No, I'm
worth
good.
it.
No, I'm good. I'm good. For you, it's not invasive.
My family's going to love this episode.
Oh God. No, I'm good.
I just jizz in a cup. And they go, this is,
I know. I was
this
say
is,
it's
this is worthless.
It's not invasive for
You had
you.
way too much Mountain Dew as a kid. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just, like I said, it's just like when people, I don't know. I don't know how you accidentally, I don't know. I don't get it. Like, unless you're using a condom and it breaks, I get that.
Right.
That's okay. I don't know, man. But who uses condoms anymore?
I hope a lot of people.
Apparently not enough. I don't know. Strange.
So, yeah, I'd be, not that they would ever post a follow-up, but I'd be curious if that method of trying to surge up birth rates actually works.
Well, we won't know for 20, 30
Yeah.
years, you know? So, well, I guess to what, a year or two, they'll probably know. But it's like, aren't there people in Russia that live, like, way, like, really cold areas? And it's like,
I mean, isn't all of Russia really cold?
Probably.
So it's like we're gonna cut off the. Wait, can you go back to the thing? Did it say cut off the electricity? Oh, it's okay. Was it like certain times or?
It's at 10 p.m. after 10 p.m.
Oh, and I feel like aren't you kind of dooming some people potentially to harm?
I think it'd be funny.
You're gonna have some frostbitten folks.
Yeah, to just see like Russia like from a satellite and it just like shuts down as the sun goes down. It just all gets dark. Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. Also, I don't know. That seems like that would stress people out, generate panic more than make people want to have sex.
Oh yeah, you know how easy it's going to be to commit crimes.
Oh, that too.
There's no security systems. You're going to just shut off the electricity.
Have some unintended hobbies that people get and not having sex.
Yeah, that's probably not the right way to go there,
No.
Russia. But who are we?
Yeah.
Well, if you live in Russia and you want to
Doubtfully have access to this.
yeah, well, if you if you do and you want to figure out a legal response to having your electricity and internet shut off at 10 o'clock, you could, in theory, use an AI lawyer.
What? That's a thing?
Like this guy did in New York City.
Oh, God.
It says a 74-year-old man was scolded in a New York courtroom after using an AI-generated avatar to argue his case without telling the judges. Jerome DeWald, founder of a startup promoting AI legal tools, submitted a video for an employment dispute, but confusion erupted when a virtual speaker, not DeWald, appeared on screen. So this guy is like creating an AI thing, and he's using this to like promote it more or less.
Okay.
Let's see. I haven't watched this yet. I just read it. I think it's funny.
Okay.
May it please the court. I come here today a humble pro se
All right.
before a panel of 5 distinguished justices.
She's like, stop. Immediately she goes, hold on.
Yeah.
Is this, hold on. Is that counsel for the case?
I generated that.
I'm sorry?
I generated that? That is not a real person.
Okay, it would have been nice to know that when you made your application. You did not tell me that, sir. I received the application.
Do you? I mean, I have never been in court, so I don't know how this works.
Me either. And
Now,
neither.
Does the person representing you have to have passed the bar? Is that a thing? Because you can represent yourself.
Yeah, but I've never heard of a non-lawyer representing somebody. I feel
Yeah,
like
because
it's
nobody would be that stupid.
Yeah, I feel like it's either you.
Or like your pro
Or-
bono
yeah,
lawyer that
yeah.
they give you. Yeah. So I don't know like the legal because you could get anybody to be your lawyer. Like
Yeah.
that is it doesn't have to be. But why have the bar then?
Like I said, I don't know, but I feel like if it's not you representing yourself, obviously because you have the greatest interest in getting yourself off, I feel like if it's another person, it has to be a lawyer, I think. But I don't know that for a fact.
Now-
but I've never heard of something not like that.
Right.
So
I don't know, but it's like if you're a lawyer in court, can you coach someone to be your lawyer if they're not a lawyer? You know what I mean?
wait, say that again.
Like if you're a lawyer and you find yourself in court for whatever reason, could you,
like hired, like defending as
no, as like you're like the defendant or like the whatever it is.
No, but you said if you're a lawyer finding
Yes.
yourself in court.
Yes.
Okay.
If you're a professional lawyer,
Okay.
and for whatever reason you find yourself as a defendant, could you coach someone to be your lawyer that's not a lawyer?
Could you coach someone to be your lawyer that's not your lawyer?
Or that's not a lawyer, like that didn't pass the bar. Like, hey, I'm going to tell you what to say and what things to bring up because I know it, but I don't want to represent myself necessarily.
Okay, wait. Do because I'm getting confused as to who's who. So if it's an example of me and you're the defendant,
Okay.
and then I'm a lawyer, but not your lawyer.
No.
Okay.
The lawyer is also the defendant.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So they're the person that's in trouble or whatever, or even like the other end. It doesn't
Okay,
matter.
I follow you now. Okay.
And can they just, like before the court case, be like, find a person and be like, I'm going to coach you and tell you how to do this, even though they could just represent themselves? Could they do that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't think of a scenario of why they would want to though.
No, but that's irrelevant. Because in the instance that it happens, you have to have like a plan for like,
Yeah.
they have to be able to be like, okay, that's allowed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There has to be a contingency for it.
Okay.
I don't know. This is very interesting.
And you have appeared before this court and been able to testify verbally in the past. You have gone to my clerk's office and held verbal conversations with our staff for over 30 minutes. Okay? I don't appreciate being misled. So either you are suffering from an ailment that prevents you from being able to articulate, or you don't. You are not going to use this courtroom as a launch for your business, sir.
She's so New York.
Yeah, for sure. Born and bred.
For sure, dude. Also, I wish they put her name in here. She's badass.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, he's mostly using this to like promote his business.
His product.
So if you are able to shut that off. If you want to have oral argument time, you
Ooh.
may stand up and give it to me.
I'm just
Pulls
gonna
out
read
an affidavit.
I'm gonna read the script that I programmed this dude to say. Why would he think that was a good idea? Because like to her point, she was like, "You've been up in here and talking to me, talking to my clerks. Why wouldn't you have mentioned that at some point? This judge is my mom. Oh, not literally. Oh, she just means like same attitude. All the arguments aside, it's so bizarre watching strangers dissect someone you know and love. Like but it's just so strange.
No, this is her mom.
Oh, it's really her mom. Okay.
Or not.
I can't tell.
She's funny though.
Yeah.
It's weird. But at the same time, like this first comment, the judge is afraid she's going to have to argue with a machine that can access gazillions of data records and legal references in an instant. That's a good point. But that doesn't mean it's going to be accurate or like relevant.
True.
You know.
Well, and also like a part of the legal system and proceedings is, you have what they call discovery, and like whatever information you plan on presenting in the proceedings, you have to inform the other party. Like
right.
one person can't have in the actual court proceeding can't have access or present information that the other party didn't know about. So yeah, this AI thing potentially could have access to gazillion, but it's not fair because the other side doesn't or the judge doesn't.
Oh, that's a good point. And at the same time, it's not like the opposing lawyer can't go to this lawyer and be like, hey, like this is what we have about, because it's just
scouring
AI.
the internet.
It's not gonna be able to have like a I don't even know what to say, like person to person, for lack of a better term, like interaction that's like beneficial.
Right.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. I can see this. Like they're gonna have to make laws over this. But
I mean, I kind of feel like maybe not explicitly stated. There's probably some kind of code of conduct law, like, maybe it might have been altered because of the pandemic. Like maybe your lawyer can, or the defendant is on Zoom, but it's still a problem. I feel like it has to be a person.
There's going to have to be laws made by this. But the problem with that is with this big, beautiful bill that's going through, that stops laws from being made on AI. There's a part in there.
Oh, interesting.
It's like 10 years.
Really?
It's going to just be free reign for AI, so they can just do what they want. It's kind of weird, man. Like you're gonna have to make laws about, like, that's the whole thing that was the writer's strike a couple years ago in LA and Hollywood, is that like there's the case for this. So it's like it's gonna be interesting when lawyers start being like, hey, no, you can't do this to us.
Right.
We're gonna fuck you up, dude.
We're gonna sue the shit out of you.
I'm gonna throw every book at you, every single one, and I will figure it out, man. This is the only time lawyers are gonna like come together and be like, we're gonna stand for the people. Like this is crazy. There has to be laws made. It's as simple as that. But it's probably not gonna happen if that bill goes through.
I know AI is still relatively and I say that loosely because I don't know what it's going to become in the future, how long it's going to take it to get there, but relatively in its infancy. I feel like if I were a defendant in some kind of proceeding, I don't know that I want to trust AI to defend me.
I would trust it more than myself. If you can't afford a lawyer, they just give you one.
Yeah, I would rather take a gamble on a...
I don't know. It just depends on how good it is. You never know. Like, I don't know.
I guess.
Like, because some of those lawyers surely aren't very good. That's why they're pro bono lawyers, right? I mean, that's kind of... Or is that like a necessary part of becoming a lawyer is you have to take pro bono cases?
No, I don't think that's... But, I mean, a lot of... Either if you're starting out or I mean... In a family thing, some gazillion years ago, we actually got... regarding my uncle's estate, a pro bono lawyer, or a court-appointed lawyer, I should say. And he ended up being a great lawyer, and he just wanted to, like, so many cases kind of give back to the community kind of thing. So you do have some good ones in there still.
Yeah. That's nice.
Yeah. So I still don't know if I want to trust AI.
It's interesting. But it's like...
I mean, is AI capable of extrapolating and interpreting nuances?
That's
why I wouldn't want to trust it.
I guess it just depends on what the case is.
Yeah.
Right? It just
because I mean,
depends.
I'm basing this solely on like TVs and movies, so I don't know if this really happens, but somebody's on the stand and you might think you reasonably know what they're going to say or report, but sometimes like there's a look or a hesitation, and you're like, well, let me invest. Like, would an AI lawyer be able to pick on that or pick up on that rather?
I don't know. I do not know. Again, it just depends on how good the AI is. It depends on how complex the case is. Like, there's probably some things that are like by the letter of the law to the T, and that's what it's covering, and that's probably what it would be really good at.
Yeah.
But as far as like proving innocence for like a maybe they did, maybe they didn't kind of case, I don't think it would be very good. Or like trying to question someone. Like, how do you object?
Exactly.
I object. Is it listening? Is it programmed to stop talking when there's an objection? Like, and then it goes sustained or fucking overruled. Do they then like alter? So there's just, again, you need laws. There's got to be regulations behind it. But we're finding that, like, dude, AI videos right now are insane. Yeah. They're so good.
They're scary good.
Yeah. Like, they're better than pictures. Like, the pictures, it's like, I can tell that's AI. But video, except when they're like, here's a gorilla talking. Yeah. It's like, well, that's obviously AI. But when it's just, like, normal people, it's like, dude, you can't tell the difference. Yeah. Well, it's crazy.
Sad to say, like, I know a lot of, like, fan-made posters are like, oh, this movie... come in 2026 or whatever, and I know my mom has sent me a couple like, oh, this is exciting. I'm like, are we sure? Like, and I'll hop on over to IMDb and be like, it's not listed as an upcoming project. Like, yeah, but like you said, some of this stuff looks so real. It's like we're literally on the cusp of, if not already in the point where like you can't trust anything.
Yeah, and you're like, when you post things, you're supposed to declare that it's AI,
and people don't.
It's like, yeah, what if you just don't? Like, like, what is it going to get flagged? And I don't know. It's just like, it's weird.
I mean, before AI was so popular, even with stories that kind of made me like, like, I would like double and triple, like, let me hop on the news, let me do a little Google search, and I feel like almost everything now, it's like, you better double and triple verify.
For sure.
Because you just never know. But people don't do that.
Absolutely.
And that's why stuff gets spread. And
weird times we are in. I just saw a post just today that there's a band, quote unquote band, that people are starting to think is AI, because they just started putting out music, and they've put out like 2 albums in 2 months, and then they have another one coming out next month, and like all the like album art looks like AI, and like the pictures of the dudes, it's like,
have they put any videos?
I don't know. I didn't look that much into it, but apparently like they're getting like a bunch of views on Spotify, so whoever's behind it's making money, and it's just like, but they think all the music is made by AI and everything.
Wow, that's sad.
And it's like,
All it takes is somebody attempting to book them for a live performance to dispel that.
But why would you even take it? Just ignore that. You're making all your money on. You don't need to do that.
Still,
There's no album label. There's no it's just you're just raking in that money. It's very interesting.
I'm just saying that would be an easy way to dispel if they're real. If several people or venues, SNL, whatever, a big TV attempt to book them and then they never, it's like, okay.
Right. I agree. But then some people are like, well, maybe they're doing this on purpose as like a marketing ploy to like get people talking about them. It's possible. It would be very smart if that's what they actually did. But it seems unlikely. Just like 3 albums in 3 months is just like, it's kind of dumb. Right? I mean, it just doesn't really make sense because you have to, I don't know. That's just not how, but again, it's like everything is changing. How you release stuff is changing. Like movies come out and then 2 weeks they're streaming. It's like, okay. Things are different now. And I think some people are just like, they're just kind of ahead of the curve a little bit. So it's not impossible that they like banked a bunch of music and then they were like, let's make it look like it's AI. And I don't know, it's not impossible, but
I don't see what they have to gain though by.
Well, I mean, otherwise you're just another band.
But if you're really good and people are gelling with your music, why wouldn't you want?
Being good matters a lot less now. Because there's a lot of good everything.
So my point is like, how are they how are they generating fans then?
Through Spotify. It's showing up on like people's like playlists, which everybody's like, these are bot created playlists, but it's like it's showing up on playlists and therefore it's getting to like the top of like charts and stuff. Yeah, it's really weird, really interesting. I'll have to look more into it, but AI is going to cause World War IV.
Oh, assuming that right now is 3?
Well, we're going to get through 3.
Oh.
And then...
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope we don't even get to 3, but okay.
Yeah. We'll see. Anywho, let's wrap this up.
All right.
If you have any topics for us, questions, whatever, thickthinpod@gmail.com. Cam. Make sure you hit the share, subscribe stuff on the YouTubes. Share it with your friends, especially like your couple friends. I'm sure people in relationships. I don't know. Just share it.
Yeah.
Help us out.
Yep.
Follow us on Instagram at Willie_D20
and Eb_Nick.
Other than that, get tickets to the Ontario Improv July 27th. I'll be there. We have a solid lineup that is going to be announced soon. Follow all things Buddy System. We're going to be releasing the sketches starting soon, so get on board with that, okay? All right, any final words for the kids?
Go outside and be social and learn manners.
Yeah, go to a wedding. Go figure out how to be at a wedding.
Just figure out how to interact with people. Yeah. How about that?
There you go. Solid advice. All right, we'll see y'all next week.
All right, bye.